Song of the Avatar, Part 1 of Chapter 9, Wisdom on the Path. Do you know how to build a campfire, Arjuna? Sure. You just pile up some dry sticks and twigs, light them up, and add bigger pieces of wood as the flame grows. But can you actually build a fire? You betcha. Let me gather up some wood. Soon. And there you have it. I'm impressed. But I'm hungry too. Can you cook anything with this fire? And sooner or later, here you go, Krishna, a vegetable kebab. Thank you, Arjuna. You have just shown the relationship between knowledge and wisdom. I have. You told me that you knew how to build a fire, and that is knowledge of the intellect. In building a fire, you demonstrated that knowledge. By cooking food that will nourish the body, that applied knowledge was transformed into wisdom. Joyful living is the result of knowledge and wisdom working together, and meditation practice is the key of knowledge that unlocks the door of wisdom. When you meditate on a regular basis, spending time with other people takes on a whole new perspective. The energy that you direct outward toward others balances out the interning of your meditation practice. Do not put your faith in anything that is subject to change, for this will ultimately lead to sorrow. And since everything in the material world is subject to change, true joy will only be found by putting your faith in Brahman, Purusha, the eternal reality. This eternal reality is part of every form in the physical universe, but no way do these forms limit that reality. That sounds like the mystery of Maya that you talked about earlier. A very astute observation, Arjuna. This is the illusion of Maya. But it's an illusion that can't be treated lightly. The sage and the yogi must learn to live in the world while not being of the world. For the mystic, the names and forms of Maya are real, but the divine spirit within all these forms is never forgotten. This world of name and form, Prakriti, is moved through time by countless cycles of action and reaction. And the goal of all these cycles for humans is the realization of the underlying unity that connects all names and forms. Spiritual evolution is shaped by action and reaction. If a person's actions bring suffering to others, that person will suffer in turn at some future point in time. This is the law of karma. Or, as some say, what goes around comes around. A karmic intermezzo. There are 3 types of karma. The first is what John Lennon called instant karma. Let's say that Curly acts. Now, Mo is not the type to forgive and forget a thing like this. And he instantly reacts, thereby resolving this particular piece of karma. The second type of karma is the reaction to one's past actions. Every past action is like a boomerang that we've thrown. It will come back to us, but we don't know exactly when. At some point in Curly's past, he threw a pie at Larry. And for whatever reason, Larry decided not to throw a pie back at Curly. That piece of karma remains unresolved until someone eventually throws a pie at Curly. And most likely, it will be Mo who throws that pie. I'm a victim of circumstance. Not really, Curly. You're a victim of karmic payback. The karma doesn't have to come back from the person who originally got our pie in their face. The reaction might not even occur in the same lifetime as the precipitating act. And that brings us to the third type of karma. This is the karma that we're creating right now, in the present moment. If we look back at that moment when Curly hit Larry with a pie, we see that Larry's first reaction is to get even. But if he takes a moment to reflect, Larry will be able to predict the probable reaction to this pending act. If he decides that he really doesn't want to create this new piece of karma, he will act with wisdom. Divine Spirit expresses itself, Arjuna, through the laws of nature and physics. Like what goes up must come down? Right. And those who don't recognize the unity underlying all things are trapped by Maya's delusion. They are only aware of the outward appearances of the physical universe, and they can't see that their actions and reactions might have an impact on the world around them. Those who follow the path of spiritual wisdom recognize Divine Spirit as the face behind all faces. Namaste. Namaste. To be continued.